warning, danger, danger. You remember that line? Well, I'll tell you what, we're here at Mickey Sinardi's Shows Star Spectacular here at Beverly Garland, and it is September 30th. We're having a great time. Wonderful show.
Very good show.
And this gentleman here to my left is Bob May. And what?
How you doing,
Hi,
folks?
Bob. You looking good, by the way.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because I'm here at Mickey's show, and it was great this year.
It was good.
It was really great. Mickey lost weight.
Yes, he did. 90 pounds.
Yeah, I'm going to use his old pants.
No, come on.
No,
Yeah.
but no, I'm happy for Mick. He's a nice man. He puts on a good show. He treats everybody lovely. The customers, he treats them as same as he treats the stars.
Sure does.
And it's kind of nice. And you and I have been around, so we know.
We sure do. And he's a nice gentleman, and we're glad for this.
You're going to talk to my guys here?
Yes. Now, can you
I'm gonna tell
introduce
you
your
right
friend to your
now.
left?
I'm going to tell you right now, this robot here is not the easiest thing in the world to make.
No.
And it takes a lot of love, it takes a lot of time and patience and talent. Well, that too. Money.
Money.
And he's out of work and he's single. Get him a date and get him a job. No, I'm serious. These guys are my pals, and they call me. They were in Vegas with me. They were different other places with me, and they call me and say, "Would you like to have our robot with you, Bob?" That's awful nice.
That's awful nice.
And as I said, pals are pals, and they're not just words, and they show it all the time. And I'm thrilled to have them as friends. I'm thrilled that they were nice enough to bring the robot down here to be with me, because he's the essence of Lost in Space.
Sure is. And
They belong to a great club. It's the B9 Builders Club.
Is
And
that
they'll explain everything, and I want them to explain it. But that's a wonderful club, and their president has the rights through Space Productions to build robots for the general public besides.
Wow.
Now, they do a good job, and there's men and women in the club. So it's not, well, just the guys are doing something. I have seen robots that have been built by women as well.
This is a fantastic replica of the 1960s sci-fi hit Lost in Space that Bob was a part of for many years. And your name again?
Thomas.
Thomas. And Thomas, and yours?
Tim.
All right, tell
Tim
us.
speaks up, Thomas doesn't.
We'll start with Tim, right?
Thomas.
Thomas. Okay, Thomas. I knew you were going to do this to me.
Oh, I hope so.
All right, now tell us how did this all come about?
Now speak up.
All right, Bob.
There you go.
There we go. So, I had an interest in Lost in Space since I was a kid. I saw Bob on television. Well, more or less. He was hidden inside this wonderful machine. And as I got older, I said, I want to buy one of these. And I searched and searched. And the internet had this guy that had parts, Joyce. And
Michael Joyce.
So I found Michael Joyce on the internet, and he provided me with blueprints and sources to buy things that would be very difficult for anybody to make, like the plastic bubble. And over a period of almost a year, me and my friend Tim here put it together. And a lot of it was...
They've been my friends ever since.
Wow. Tom and Tim.
Yes, Tim and Tom. Tom and Tim.
Tim and Tom. Now
Yeah.
you're Tim.
No, he's Tim.
Who's on first?
TNT.
Tom, how long did you and Tim put this together?
A good part of a year.
Good part of you.
Long nights after work and weekends. And my wife kept saying, "Are you done yet? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to put in another night of robots?"
Did she understand?
She must have. They had a beautiful child.
Okay.
And she must have understood.
Okay.
I did give her a little bit of time,
The
yeah.
robot had nothing to do with it, right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
If it comes out like
When
this,
me,
then
3 years on Lost in Space, I had 2 kids.
oh, he got out of the can.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now let me talk to Tim.
Tim.
Okay.
Tim, tell us how long you and Tom been together.
Well, the interesting part about that, I was just thinking about that. We met at Albertsons. And
Are you serious?
Yeah, we did. And he was looking, we had this thing of videos. And I was with my girlfriend at the time. And he was looking at the Lost in Space movie. And I made some comment about it. And we started talking about Lost in Space. And we liked the original robot. And I said, well, I belong to the California what is it? Southern California Robot Builders Club, or wherever it is.
It's actually such an organization.
Yeah, Southern California Robotics Society, I'm sure. Okay. So we exchanged phone numbers, and the rest became history. Okay. And then I had been building robots, and he has been building robots. And then he said one time, "Why don't you help me build an R2D2?" And I said, "Well, you know what? I can't see doing it. You know, I want to create something original." But I said, if we ever decide to build anything, a replica, let's do the Lost in Space robot.
I agree with you.
And I never ever thought that would happen. And if you look over here, we can take a look at these parts right here. We were in his kitchen, and we were actually molding these on a cookie sheet. And
really?
In the cookie sheet in the oven, we'd put these little plastic pieces on a cookie tray, and we were heating them up, and when they came out hot, I would bend them and stick them in the mold and shape them. And it seemed so surreal to me.
Wow.
You know, I thought I would never in a million years thought I'd ever build this. You know, but we worked real good together as a team. Like,
what about all the lights and all that?
Yeah, well, we work real good as a team. For example, like I'll design the mechanics, like the spinning heads and the ears, the hips, and Thomas will do the lights, and you know, I'll build some parts, and he'll build another part.
You guys are a great team.
Yeah, and he'll say, "Tim, can you build this for me?" Or I'll volunteer. I'll say, "Thomas, I want to build a robot SIP. I want it to move on its hip." So we work as a really good team together, and it's
Were you
really
a fan
great.
of Lost in Space too as a kid?
Oh yeah, it was. In fact, you know, I think the between Will and the robot were my favorite characters and that stuff.
And
But
Dr. Smith, and I also like John Robinson, was actually the TV Disney Zorro.
well, yeah, that's true. But well, you know, I think I speak for most Lost in Space fans. I think most Lost in Space fans did not care for Dr. Smith.
No, I know.
But I guess he made the show.
Yeah.
But the robot was such a fascinating idea, and what was so interesting about it to me is I always wondered, could that be a real robot? You know, never knew for certain.
You know what? If this thing could move around and like they got technology today, this would be the. Now look at that. Now look at that. Get a shot of that, Bill. Do it again. And this is Bob's. Is that Judy? There? Is a lovely one. There's Bob's lovely wife, Judy, to the left. Hi, Judy. They've been married forever, by the way. But do that one more time. The moving from side to side. And there's Bob looking on, and Bob was inside this thing. You know, this is a replica, but it's, Bob, is this
You should see what he does when girls come around.
Bob, you've seen the original. You've been in the original. How close is the Tom and Tim come?
It's very close. The only difference, the original had me inside it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's very close, and these guys have worked very hard on it.
They absolutely did a fantastic job. And this robot and Robbie the robot was probably the two most famous robots in movies and television.
Is honored in the Hall of Fame of Motion Pictures.
This should be in there too.
No, this is in the Hall of Fame of Television.
Oh, okay. That's great. How fitting. That's fitting. Yep. That's good. Bob just said it was in the Television Hall of Fame. And Bob, did this robot officially have a name?
No,
just a robot. This robot. And that show ran 3 years.
3 years it's filmed. It's still on the air.
It filmed on CBS, and Guy Williams, Jonathan Harris, and June Lockhart, Bob May, and Billy Mummy, and Don Goddard, Angela Cartwright, and Marta Christie,
Bill Mummy,
and Billy Mummy.
Mark Carter.
Mark Carter, yeah, it was a great cast. And there it is. I can't get over that. You know, when you see this on television, you don't really see the whole effect up close. No. And this is, you're bringing it to us, right?
Right. You don't see these great lights, you know,
No.
You don't see the detail of the lights of
not
the
the
alpha.
details. It's like, you know.
I saw it.
Yeah, you did. I know. You were in it. And Bob, how many pieces that you had to get in? You got 3 pieces altogether, right?
It's 3 total. You had the legs, which were like my pants. Then you had the bodice, and then you had the top.
And we're going to take one of the pictures of Bob here. And Bill, you can zoom in. And that is Bob on the set getting fitted inside the robot suit. And it was in 3 pieces. And then, boy, I tell you.
What I tell you is it paid for my babies and my home.
And I'll tell you one thing, Bob does not have claustrophobia. There's no way you can.
When I was inside that robot, they had to lock it because I would the gyrations that the robot would do. But one thing for sure, my wife knew where I was at all times.
Okay, there you go. That wraps it up here. Jeff Sutherland. They're closing it up over the weekend here. And we want to thank Mickey Sinardi and the good folks here at the Beverly Garland and the show stars and Spectacular. We also want to thank all the other people who were involved. We want to thank our cameraman, Bill May, no relation to Bob May. And we want to thank all the other guests that's been with us this weekend. Until then, this is your host, Jeff Sutherland, saying goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord always take a liking to you. Until next time, happy trails. So long, everybody.